Okay, first of all, don't call me a cat. I'm an honest-to-God human. Oh, I know a place! I want to go to that big pancake-looking place we saw on the way here!
I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
Morgana is probably my favorite character, not just in Persona 5, but ever. He's so cute! He's got a cute little voice, and I'm playing Persona 5 for the second time currently. It's my favorite game. I just like all the things you can do. There's so much you can do. You can't fit it all in 100 hours. So no more horsing around. Let's jump right into the video and let's get started. So just so you know, I could not find my black wig anywhere. I've searched the whole house, turned my house upside down. I can't find it. So I'm just gonna stick with my Monokuma wig, which may actually work out because Morgana is black and white. So we'll see. I might turn the house upside down again. By the way, did you like my Morgana voice? Atlas totally missed out. I'm just kidding, by the way. I love Cassandra as being Morgana. Right now, I am sketching out Morgana's big, happy smile and using pink paint to paint the tongue. And everything else inside the mouth will be red. Before I start getting into the darker colors inside the mouth, I wanted to paint the big white patch of fur that's on Morgana's face. And on the outer edges, I left 3 streaks to show that it's fur. I'm now going to start shading inside the mouth. I'm starting with black paint and blending it down into the red. The darkest part inside the mouth is under the upper lip, or muzzle, I guess. It's a cat. I wanted to seamlessly blend in the red to the dark red and then finally to black. And now taking a fine brush, a mighty fine brush, and outlining the rest of his mouth. I still wanted to keep that cute cartoony feel you see in the game. I shaded the top part of his tongue with a very dark pink eyeshadow, so it doesn't just cut from pink to red. I was very subtle about highlighting the tongue, because if you go too white, it'll actually look like teeth. So I used white and just kept blending it back into the tongue. I outlined the big white patch of fur on his face with black paint, being careful to make clean lines, and going around the white streaks on the edges that I made earlier. Once you've outlined all your white fur, you can paint the rest of your face black. And don't forget your ears. I mean your human ears. And your cat ears. I guess everything is black. And Morgana has giant blue eyes. I mean, his eyes are so huge, it reminds me of my cat. So I lined the bottom parts of my eyes in white with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil, because I don't play games. I never really noticed if Morgana has a nose or not, but I gave him a nose. And since the nose is black, I used highlights to bring it out from the rest of the face. You know, the black part on the upper part of Morgana's face isn't actually his fur, it's his mask. So I use highlights so that there's a difference between the fur, which is on the bottom part of his face, and the mask, which is on the upper part of his face. And Morgana's mask would cast a shadow on the white part of his face, so I cast a small shadow, not a big one, because
You'd think a mask would be kind of close to his face. Anyway, I made a small shadow right under the mask with light gray eyeshadow. And at this point, we're almost done with the face. I used white paint and a detail brush to sharpen those lines of fur on the outer edges of the face, and black paint to sharpen those outlines around his mouth. And the reference I was looking at, there's a small shadow coming from his little muzzle, so I added a shadow. And I guess this cat has a chin as well. Question: do cats have chins? The answer is, I have no idea. And I realized in the reference that Morgana's white on his face continues down onto his neck. So I had to get rid of some black, but that's okay, we all make mistakes. Nothing like a little baby wipe can't solve. We're done with the face for now, but on the topic of white, we're continuing the white from his face down onto his neck. So for Morgana's bandana around his neck, I'm using yellow paint and just making like a little triangular blob and kind of telling what shape I want it to be. If it starts looking like a lumpy Dorito, you've got it. Once you fill it all in with yellow, I used light brown eyeshadow and just kind of shaded all the folding marks on the bandana. And I blended it out pretty good too. Painting clothing takes time and practice, so if you have trouble, just look at a reference and just kind of build up from there. Taking a darker brown eyeshadow, I shaded parts that you want the bandana folds to be even darker, and don't blend it out as much. The folds on the scarf with the deepest, darkest shadows, I slightly shaded with black eyeshadow. And don't do what I just did and smudge it with your finger, because it'll smudge it in places you don't want it to be smudged. Within the darkest shadows, I made small outlines with black paint. And with gray eyeshadow, I cast a shadow from the scarf onto the white fur. And usually my rule of thumb is if there's a shadow, there's a highlight. So with the darkest shadows on the scarf, I added little highlights. And when I added the black on the sides of the neck, I did little streaks, like little brush strokes, to make it look more like fur. We're almost done, you guys. I carefully outlined the whole scarf in black, and then filled the rest of my body in black. And alongside his bandana, he has like this little ruffled part of his fur, so I used white and just kind of drew out where the fur would be. And lastly, I almost forgot to draw his little cat teeth inside his mouth. And once you're done with that, you're ready to party with the Phantom Thieves.
The end.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and smack that subscribe button and join the horsepower. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!
Hey, you should go to sleep. Joker, Joker, hey, let's go to sleep.